hopefully, hopefully everything's going okay. My computer is not. We're working! Yay! Let me turn the volume down on my phone. Oh, live video interrupted. That's never a good start. But fingers crossed, everything's okay. So, let me know that you're there so that I have some confirmation that things are not looking as bad as I thought they were. What a few weeks, eh? What a few weeks. Hello, Veronica. I'm here. My computer is still scanning, so whether it actually continues the whole of the live, I don't know. But we will find out in the fullness of time. I need to cough. Still got a little bit of post-COVID coughing, but things are getting a bit better. Fitter every day, which is all good. Morning, Audrey. Thank you so much for your lovely card. Hi, Rose. Oh, what a time. So I'm back. Yay. I'm going to be a bit dot and carry for a while. Certainly as far as blog posting is concerned, because I've still got a lot of stuff to do to sort out my father's affairs. Which means that, for example, tomorrow I will be down at his house all day. Hi, Dot. Hi, Nora. Thank you for your lovely card and your amazing letter. It was amazing. Hi, Barbara. So, yes, so I will be aiming to do my lives this week. Oh, fingers crossed. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for all your support over the last few weeks. Everyone, thank you for your support over the last few weeks. I have to say I have been absolutely bowled over. I mean, I'm slightly in shock. Hi, B. So, yes. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to be doing my live. So today, obviously, assuming my computer doesn't decide to crash during its scan, and then Thursday afternoon UK time 3 p.m. on YouTube, Saturday morning 10 o'clock in the morning YouTube. There is part of me that wonders whether I am going to move this session to YouTube. I would be interested in your thoughts on that. I haven't decided yet, I think is what I'm saying. So if you're a demonstrator, you will have seen one of these. If you're not and you are a customer of mine, then I will be sending one out as soon as they arrive. Fingers crossed that won't be too long. Oh, I can see if my parcel has been shipped. Shall I see if my parcel has been shipped? So demonstrators were allowed to pre-order from the 1st of April, which is great. Except, of course, we then had a bank holiday weekend. So I've got my order for my March host code has been shipped and is, well, last time I had an update is in Frankfurt. So I should be able to get the thank you packs out soon. But I am still waiting for my pre-order, which is still picking. Oh well, worth a try. So, and I've also, in my host code box, there's the last bits I need for had ordered enough for everyone who had already paid, but it was integral. Is that the word? Yes, to the early. I'm really sorry to those of you who didn't get there in time. It is worth, if you are thinking of taking the class, I would urge you to book early, because these things do happen. I haven't yet decided what I'm doing for my May class. I'm looking at what I've already got in stock, what's on low inventory or sold out, etc. So I don't know yet, but if you want, if when I've designed it you would like to take it, please, please, please don't hang about. Ooh, are we frozen? The reason I ask is because, oh, hi Jane. My phone froze, that was all. So, quick bit of housekeeping. This is a YouTube live. You can tell if you're watching live by whether you can see a live in the top right hand corner. It's normally in red, but it can be grey, and I don't know why. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and the live is on Tuesday the 6th of April on Facebook. So if you're watching after Tuesday the 6th of April on Facebook and it's not just gone 11 o'clock, you're probably watching a replay. If you are watching on YouTube, you are watching a replay. I say this so that you know that if you comment as if it was live and you're watching not live, I won't know. So yeah, that's the only reason I say it. Hi Baz, definitely need to go with YouTube. Oh, interesting. So reasoning behind that, Veronica. I mean, I love YouTube, I prefer doing YouTube, but it would be interesting to understand why you say definitely. I know one of my team says that the video is better, which it may well be, but I would be very interested to know what your thoughts are. Good to see you, hope you're well and doing okay. I am, thank you Baz. Went in and out, all good. Okay, thank you Barbara. So, what else do I need to say? Yes, I'm Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. I sell Stampin' Up products, so if you're in the UK and would like to buy anything, I would be thrilled if you would shop with me. Shall we get on and see what we can make? So I'm using an item from the mini catalogue, the spring summer, the January to June catalogue. Strangely, I'm not getting all of the comments on my phone. I might go out and try again. Oh, that looks better. Freeze free mostly and better definition. Perfect, thank you Veronica. That makes absolute sense. Sorry, I'm now getting a funny message. Right, so I'm using something from the mini catalogue that I know is not going to be in the annual. So if you like it, then I would get it sooner rather than later. I believe Stampin' Up are making stamps until the back end of this month. Someone mentioned the 26th. Whether they will be able to ship to the UK, well, Germany, which is where they come from, our warehouses, I don't know. So I would say if you want anything from the mini catalogue, I would be tempted to get it sooner rather than later. Hi Jan, I'm also using mini pizza boxes, which are in the annual catalogue and will not be carrying over. The mini paper pumpkin boxes are, but the pizza boxes are not, neither the white nor the gold. Hi Lorna. So I'm going to flip you over. I do not have anything to cover up. Oh, I could try a piece of washi tape, because I know it can make some people a little bit seasick when I flip the camera, which of course I don't have to do on YouTube, because on YouTube I use a streaming service. That means that I can have two cameras running at once. So I'm just doing a quick washi tape cover, which I've now stuck to my desk so well that it won't come off. There we go. Right, okay. You can see it's got dots on this washi tape. You can see that because the dots are visible. Right, I need a bit more wire. That's better. That's okay. Let us reveal and see what happens. This is where things go a little awry and I need to do a bit of adjustment. What is slightly irritating with Facebook is, so I set up, you know, and I test everything before I go, and then when I flip the camera before I go live, I get a bigger space. Morning Jeanette, morning Lorna, morning Pam. Watching you on the TV looking good. That's good then. Right, yeah, I watch YouTube and Facebook on the TV as well. So, we're using the Delicate Details bundle, which is this stamp set and this set of dies. So the dies cut this and this and these, one of these, no, both of those, and the flower. So that's what you can cut with the dies. You also get some extra leaves and then all these embossed bits, so they're cut and embossed, and I will be using those, so I'll show you those in a moment. Morning Margaret. Some lovely sentiments which I will be using on the card because I'm doing a box and a card. So I have die cut in advance. Whoa-hey! As much as anything because there's a lot of die cutting to do. So the one I've already made is this one, which uses the True Love, can't remember what it's called. Let me get my catalogue and tell you, love you always, it's that sweet. So it is in your mini catalogue. I've used the Love You Always specialty paper, the foil, and for this version, for our new version, I'm going to be using the True Love DSP, which I love, just saying. Love it because it is black and white, it works for male and female, and you can colour it. So I have used for this the Blushing Bride specialty paper and then the Blushing Bride and Rococo Rose foil, and I've just layered everything up. I'll be showing you obviously how to do it in a moment because we're going to make another one, but this time we're using black and silver. So that's the box we're making. The card, and I have to say I don't know why I used Magenta Madness, but I did. But the one we're going to make together is Rococo Rose. So this is the card which uses this image and this sentiment. So that's what we're making. So let me pop those to one side and get started. So Pam is watching all the way from Australia. Right, so this is how you get a pizza box. Last time I checked, they were still in stock. You get, let me check, because I have quite a few, you get 8 in a pack. And they are available in gold foil as well as the white. They're food safe, and the shiny side on the white is the food safe side. You can colorize this. You can spray it with ink, all sorts. You could swipe your ink pad across it, all sorts of things. You can stamp on it. So yes, it's a very useful surface if you want to decorate a box that you haven't had to create yourself. So to put it together, you are literally just going to fold all of the score lines in what I would call the logical direction. So everything actually comes to the inside. So even if it's scored next to each other, everything folds in. And I would urge you to actually fold everything in so that your box sits nicely when you've finished. So So the only thing that doesn't fold is the little tab. That's so that you can open it up. And then to put it together, you pop in it's basically just these two bits. They go into the slots at the base, there. So I've exaggerated them so you can see them, and then this folds over the top and clicks into place, and then you get a nice square box. This just folds in to the middle. So to add your designer series paper, this is, hi Louise, this is 3 3/8 square, and it fits nicely on the top. So I'm going to pop that on first, and I'm going to use this side because this is a bit busy for then having all the die cuts on top. So you will need for your die cuts 6 of this shape and 6 of this shape, one of these, one of these, and one of these. And I basically alternated the order in which I've done them. So I've started with silver, then black, then silver, then black, then silver, basically. Oh, I've just had a thought. Don't you love it when things suddenly spring into your head? So I'm going to put a reasonable amount of adhesive on because it is going onto the top of the box. Just make sure I haven't got any adhesive on the edges. A little bit there, but that's fine. So this then fits really snugly and buggly onto the top of the box, like that. So any of you who are in the UK who would like to get your hands on new product, do remember that if you get the starter kit, which is amazing value anyway, you can put items from our pre-order list into your starter kit if you want to do that. Hi Sally, if you want to do that, just let me know, and I will help you get through how you would do that, because it's not complicated, but you will need a catalogue basically, and then I can let you know what's on the list. So this is what we're putting together. Now my sudden thought, actually I don't need my sudden thought, I thought there was a die cut hole in the middle that was going to be leaving a little gap, but there isn't. So this is quite this uses quite a lot of dimensionals because I've layered it up. Now for this, the space I'm aiming for is too small for a whole dimensional, so I'm just going to take a bit of the side of my pack of black dimensionals and pop it into the space so that it doesn't show through. Don't know if you can see that it doesn't show through, but it doesn't show through. So this is a reasonably easy one to put together because you're putting this on, and the easiest way to do this is to do it from the back, I found. In fact, I'm going to pop this on there so there's some contrast, because I want the dimensional to be kind of in the middle like that. So we've got this little shape here. Next we need this one, and again we can just do one dimensional. Sorry, I've got bits already building up. Now I need large black. I need to order some more of these. I realise I've only got one sheet of these left. Don't think I've got any hidden. Oh no, I've got more. I've got some hidden away. I'm all right. That's good. In fact, I've got quite a lot hidden away. Phew. So this again, we only need one dimensional, but what I'm going to do is start to shape, and I'm just going to do that with my fingers. So how have you all spent your, well, if you're in the UK, you certainly had a long bank holiday weekend, because we get 4 days. And I know some people have worked, but have you all had a good long weekend? In fact, if you're in Australia, Pam, and if you're maybe in the US, do you have 4 days for Easter? We get Friday through Monday for Easter. So I want this to be as central as I can get it. There we go. So yes, it'd be interesting to know if that's not central. That is so not central. Let's see if I can get it off and then put it back on again without ripping the foil. Yes. Let's try that again. Okay. That looks better. So yes, do you get? Yes, you do too. Okay, that's good to know. Most of Europe certainly gets the whole lot. Right, so we're doing black next. Now you're going to use the pointy side in. So again, I'm going to shape. Because I don't know, does the US, Rose, I can't remember, are you in the US or are you in the UK? Australia. Can't remember. I should know by now. I should. But yes, it would be good to know, because yes, we get 3 days. It's lovely. So I had Australia. I thought you were, and then I suddenly had an "Are you really?" I think, is it Veronica who's in the US? So yes, my husband and I had a stunningly super Monday, sorting out the greenhouse, which needed to be washed. So I'm going to pop, actually I'm going to pop quite a lot of dimensional on here, because we're going to stick this to that. So at this point I'm going to be filling this gap, so I want I want there to be adhesive where where the gap is. So I'm going to put little dimensionals next to the large dimensional. Now you could use half large. Might get half a day Friday and back to work on Monday. Oh, that's not great. I suspected that you didn't get the Monday. I say that because we have a leaders call with Stamping Up on a Monday evening, if you're in the UK, evening, well, night. And that went ahead, and I can't believe it would have gone ahead if it was a holiday. Well, it might have done, they normally do, but yeah. You had lovely weather. Your grandson was swimming in the pool. Oh, lovely. Oh, Veronica, I love that. So you get nothing but a holiday because you're retired. Yeah, it's like my husband gets nothing but a holiday, although he is our parish clerk. So for those of you who are overseas, and possibly some of you who are not, parish in this context is small town, not church. So these I'm just lining up, so they're all going to meet in the middle, but they are going to overlap a bit. Actually, I'm going to do opposites and then fill in the gap. So yes, he tries to not do parish stuff or council stuff at the weekend, but that doesn't always happen. He had a phone call yesterday that really did not need to happen on a bank holiday. Someone was just asking a random question that A, could have been done by email, and B, did not need to be done on a bank holiday Monday. So this is what we've got so far. Actually, it's probably easier if I pop it down. So we're going to do pretty much a repeat performance for adding the silver. Just going to get my bits out of the way. So again, we need dimensionals. This time I might actually just use large. Let's see, does that work? Probably. Possibly. How's hubby now? He's improved. Definitely improved. I would say, and this is slightly unkind, but it's not meant to be, because when he came down with it, and boy did he come down with it, because he came down with it really badly, I'm going to put no, I'm not going to put little ones anywhere. Oh no, I might put a little one there. Well, no, maybe not. I was still not well when he came down with it, but I was obviously significantly better than he was. So I ended up looking after him when I was probably still meant to be recuperating. So I think actually he's got over it certainly as well as, or as quick. He's got over it at the same sort of time as me, although I think it's taken me longer in total. So B worked the evenings over Easter, but finally caught up with Richard, who we've not seen since September. Wow! Richard is her son, by the way. And had roast lamb lunch in the garden on Sunday. Lucky with the weather, absolutely. We had friends over on Sunday for afternoon tea, my favourite of all meals. We were so lucky with the weather. I mean, we've got the patio, which is great, and it's undercover, so if it's slightly inclement but still warm, we can sit out. But also it tends to be a bit of a sun trap. So, yeah, it was lovely. Come on. Do you find that your dimensional backings stick to everything? And it's sort of static stick? Oh, and we've kind of got into watching the Bourne series of films. Morning, Candy! So, yes, we've had a bit of a Bourne binge. We've done 3 of the films so far. So we've done Identity, Supremacy and Ultimatum, and we've got Legacy and Jason Bourne to go. So there we are. That is our flower for the top of our box. And for that, I just used adhesive, so it is straight onto the box. Especially the dog paws. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Veronica, with especially the dog paws. Anyway, adhesive. So, yes, we had a lovely afternoon tea, and we did a proper, what I would call a proper afternoon tea. Hi, Wendy. By which I mean we had finger sandwiches, we had scones with clotted cream, which I gather is something that not all of you will understand. And then I made a coffee and walnut cake, which is my husband's absolute favourite, but a 9-inch diameter coffee and walnut cake. It's not something that we should eat just between us. I'm popping that on there just to help everything squish down while we move on to the card. Morning, Margaret. It looks big. Something looks big. Oh, dimensional backings. I'm there. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Our bedroom is as far from my studio as you can get. And yet... Oh, I know why I want that. And yet, they get all the way to the bedroom. So, yes, it's ridiculous. I mean, so my studio is not part of the house. I therefore have to walk across the patio, through the front door, wipe my feet, because that's habitual, and then the full length of the house in order to get to the bedroom. And yet still I get dimensional backings there. The flower, yes, is big. It is big. I mean, it's about... It's not square either, but never mind. Because it's glued quite nicely now. Yes, it's from tip to tip, not quite 4 inches in old money, and about 9.5, 10 centimetres in new money. So it is quite big. Right, okay, don't need that now. That can go away. What I need is the stamp, the ink going, and a block. So I want, in fact I want 2 blocks, because I want that stamp, which is now neon because I used Magenta Madness on it, and that because I used Magenta Madness on it. So a couple of blocks. Come on, can't you come? Come on. So 2 D blocks. That definitely needs a D block. That's straight. Is it straight? No, not really. Hi, Renee. I'm back. Right, that, however, is straight. It's always worth, particularly with sentiments, if they're photopolymer, to make sure that they are actually straight before you put them on your block. I know it's an old-fashioned concept, but otherwise they will stamp crooked. Right, okay, so I want a ruler, because I want to find the middle of my card. So that is, I'm going to go old money, about 5 centimeters down. So with a pencil, I'm going to mark actually at about 5.5. It's only a unit of measurement. It's nothing exciting. You could use inches if you want. So this is slightly shy of 10 centimeters across. So I want my midpoint to be there, because I want the stamp to start from the center and work out. So let's just rub out all the other marks that I've made. That mark. This will get covered up with ink, frankly. If you look at this one, there is a pencil mark there, which I suppose I could rub out now. But it's very difficult to see because it is covered with ink. So this is not a difficult stamp to use. Like all of this set, it's 6. So that is the magic number. So it's photopolymer, so I'm looking through so that this is vaguely straight. I'm not going to go to town on straight, but vaguely straight. And I can see through the photopolymer and the ink to see where the center mark is. So I'm going to line that up. I'm at an angle, I've lined up, and now I'm stamping. So I kind of rock it down, not rocket, so that it's from the center out. Now I'm going to do the next one, and again I'm going in at an angle. So I'm going, if this is my paper, I'm going in at an angle, and then I'm going to flatten out. Once you go flat, you need to go flat, I would say. You know, don't hesitate. And you may want to be on a piercing mat. And then the other 4 that you need to do, you just need to line up. So again, let's go onto the middle, and we're lining up the circles so that they touch but don't overlap. That said, I have got a couple of mine that do overlap, but unless you knew they overlapped, you probably wouldn't know they overlapped. So these are going to overlap slightly. I've got ink on my fingers, so I've now got ink on the card, but fortunately, so here and here they're overlapping slightly because it didn't overlap there or touch there. Fortunately, this is a really fiddly stamp, so a bit of ink in the wrong place isn't a problem. And this time I went down and laid that whole piece down and then rocked this way. So I pop the tip down, line up the edges, and then down. And this one I think is slightly better. Yeah. So there we go. We have our circle. And as I say, there are bits that are overlapped. It's not an issue. Nobody's going to know unless you point it out. But it is beautiful. So that is that. Right. That I need to clean. And somewhere I have got lovely Stampin' scrub. Here we go, because I made it this is clean, by the way, it's just stained. But I was doing a lot of stamping yesterday afternoon and in black, and got black everywhere. So we don't need that anymore. So I now going to be able to see it, but this was my first attempt. Oh no, video interrupted. Are we all still there? I asked because I had a video interrupted message on my phone. So if we are still okay, please let me know. But yes, this kind of did a nosedive, so I had to re-stamp it, but it's quite useful to have so that I can show you that. Now what I'm going to do is just trim this off so I've got a straight edge. We're good. Excellent, thank you both. So I'm just going to trim that off so I've got a straight edge here. It must have been my signal. My phone is not in such a good place for our Wi-Fi, which may... Yeah, I have a booster in this room and it's not boosting. Which is probably why I'm having a bit of a problem with my Wi-Fi. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. Right. I'm looking for that and I'm looking for my ink pad. Sorry. All still here. Good. Right. Okay. So I'm so happy you're my friend. I'm so happy you're all my friends. I cannot tell you. I can't put into words how amazing you guys have all been. Hello, Margaret. I have had what I can only describe as an outpouring of support, and I am so grateful. I just, as I say, I can't even begin to express how grateful I am. All from Stamp Inks and Paper. It's just phenomenal. Thank you. Right. Okay. Hopefully that is straight. Hope springs eternal. Not so good notice. Okay, let's try and get that straight, as opposed to a rough approximation of straight. Still not straight. You couldn't make it up. There was a wee pause, was there? But nothing too bad. Good. Right, fingers crossed this time I get it straight. This is part of the reason I don't like guillotines, is that you can end up with a piece of card that you're trimming twisting, which is what's happened. Right, that is now straight. I know it's straight. I will be using my trimmer again in a moment. So I'm just going to cut. I can't see if I'm looking. I'm going to cut. See, this I should be doing on my trimmer. I couldn't make my brain up sometimes. The one thing that I would say COVID has left me with is no brain. Most of you know I've done chemotherapy. Joy. Not even the slightest. I mean, this is nothing like chemo brain. It makes chemo brain look like a walk in the park. And trust me, chemo brain is not a walk in the park. But this, anywho, right, okay, so stick this onto my piece of Rococo Rose card, hopefully straight. So I'm just going to pop this right down so I've got a tiny weeny teeny weeny little border, and then I can take my trimmer and trim so it's got a tiny weeny teeny weeny border like that. I've tidied my desk. Isn't that just, you know, amazing? I haven't tidied the floor, but I have tidied my desk. I've tidied up my stamp collection, so I put everything that is retiring from the annual catalogue to one side, and I've also separated out the spring, summer, and ones that are retiring or not. I've only got a few stamp sets left. Let it be said. I mean, more than most, but you know. So I've got a Rococo Rose top folding card, like that, and it's a bit longer at the front than at the back because that's how it's worked. Still have vertigo when I look up. You're getting your first vaccine today, Veronica. Brilliant is all I can say. However, I'm going to give you one word of warning, and I don't know if this is true or not, but in my case it kind of was. There is a suggestion, so I'm just seeing where the stamping comes to, and it's slightly above there. There is a suggestion that if you have had COVID, which you and I have, you may get a slightly worse reaction to the jab than if you haven't had COVID. I played it down when I had the vaccine. Now, I had the vaccine, this is some of the Rococo Rose scallop trim, which is obviously retiring because Rococo Rose is retiring. I had mine exactly a month after I had been diagnosed with COVID, because that was the earliest they would allow me to have it. And as I say, I played it down on social media. I had a temperature of 102 for all of the following day. So just be aware. Hi Kay! I'm a lot better, thank you. So we've got that. I'm going to stick this onto here. So that you're having your second jab on Thursday. Yay! I've got to wait until, I think it's the 4th of June for mine. Can't remember, but and we're waiting to hear when hubby might have his second one. Sadly, he had his first one just before I gave him COVID, which means that he didn't, he hadn't been fully protected, or really at all, which is why his COVID was a lot worse. I'm just using this, the Seal Plus, for the back of the ribbon. Seal Plus doesn't really like ribbon, so it does fight, but it's the best for making sure you get a good seal. Yeah, I mean, we get tired. We both get tired, mostly the day after we've done too much. So I have to say, we shared washing the greenhouse yesterday, which is not a task either of us particularly enjoy. And I think it's fair to say we are both slightly the worse for wear. I'm so sorry. I mean, I have to say, I didn't feel, my temperature when I had COVID was slightly higher than 102, and I felt appalling. When I had the reaction to the vaccine, I didn't feel nearly as unwell. So don't think that you're bound to be feeling awful. Now, on the original of this, I used the retiring Magenta Madness ribbon, which is very much narrower than this, so I have tiny little strips of dimensional behind. For this one, I'm not going to use dimensional because it's kind of, because it's going to sit here, I think it's going to, I might use dimensional actually, but what I do want to do is stick the ribbon down, because there isn't going to be enough adhesive to go over the edge and stick it properly. You got your first jab on Friday. So I had the AstraZeneca, which I know there is a suggestion might cause these rare blood clots in the brain. There is a certain cynic in me which, if you look at the likely occurrence of getting one without having had the vaccination, the likelihood is actually greater than when you have the vaccination. So there's part of me that says having the vaccination actually reduces your likelihood, which I know is very cynical and possibly a little unfeeling, but I mean it in the nicest way. Statistics are weird is basically what I'm saying. I'm going to use Seal Plus to stick this down because it's stronger and we're talking about ribbon, which Seal does work on but not brilliantly, and I don't want my sentiment to fall off, so I'm putting a lot of Seal Plus on. I don't think the findings so far are conclusive. What I can tell you is that we do know what the death rate is if you don't have the jab. But yes, I had the AstraZeneca and I have lived to tell the tale. So this really goes with that one. And if you want to do a real, clash of colours, you can put those two together. So that is where we are. So thank you very much. Yours was the Pfizer. Well, you're on blood thinners anyway. Yeah, I mean, you can always take aspirin, which will work as a blood thinner. Only works out at 15 in 1 million for blood clots, but lots more for COVID. Absolutely, Rachel. That is exactly what I mean. So, yes, if you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Oh, of course, you're just Pfizer and Moderna. Yes. Thank you, Kay. If you don't already follow me on Facebook, please do. That would be fantastic. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and do consider subscribing if you don't already. If you're in the UK and you want to purchase any of these products or indeed any other Stampin' Up products, thank you for sharing, Lorna. Then I would be thrilled if you would come and join me as a customer. And sharing is also caring, so that would be lovely. So B was all right. Thank you, Rachel. I'm glad you like them. Oh, and you've got all my hearts. Thank you. Good. I'm so pleased that that I've converted you to this set, Veronica. And I'm glad that you enjoyed this. Thank you, everybody, for your thoughts and your support. And I will see some of you on YouTube at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the rest of you I will see either on Saturday morning or this time next week. And I'm going to be thinking about, oh, thank you. Oh, it's wonderful. I will be thinking about whether I'm going to switch this over to YouTube. If you would rather I didn't switch it over to YouTube, please let me know so that I got both sides. You were unwell 48 hours after yours, Audrey. Sorry about that. Okay, I will see you all very soon. I'm now going to see if I can actually end the video. As we know, this may take a while. Bye-bye. Keep well, keep safe.